All right, guys, the results are in. For those of you who didn't see, last week I did a Facebook poll and asked you guys what the most stressful part of the car buying experience was. Now, your top 3 answers were the finance guys, the pressure, and the negotiation. Now, to me, the pressure and negotiation go hand in hand. You're sitting at a table with a sales guy and they're asking you to buy today and what is it going to take to earn your business? And you don't even know if you're getting a halfway decent deal at this point. So what I did is I put together this cheat sheet. It's a prep sheet, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to give you step-by-step how to maximize your experience. Now, step number 1 is setting the right mindset. Recognize you are not stepping into a battle, you are stepping into a conversation. This is not win or lose. You're just here to make a smart, confident, informed decision. Know the market the best that you can and realize if the deal doesn't make sense, you can always walk away. If the dealership is not willing to sell for the price that you think they should, or if they're not giving you the trade value you think they should, recognize it is not a personal insult. It's just a business decision. And for the sales guys out there, it goes the same way. If a customer won't pay your price or take your trade value, that is not an insult. That's their business decision. When you set your right mindset, it's going to make sure that you don't have raised emotions. So when you have the raised emotions is when you make poor decisions. You may walk away from a great deal, or you may take a deal that you should have never said yes to. Step number 2 is know your numbers. Now, knowing the market data, that's important. I've made a couple videos on that, and I will continue to give you more. But this is your personal numbers. Now, when I'm talking about your personal numbers, I'm talking about your max comfortable monthly payment, the term that you're hoping to get on your loan, the trade value that you're expecting, and your desired down payment. Now, make sure you go in with realistic expectations. If you want a 72-month, 0 down, no trade, $70,000 truck, it's never going to be $300 a month. But you should have a good general idea of what you're comfortable with. Set your max number and never go over it. There are times when you should consider a slightly higher payment or slightly longer term. There are other factors that go into it that's just way too complicated to have a cut and dry answer for. The point is, you need to make sure you are comfortable with your numbers before you even walk in the door. The time to figure out what you're comfortable with is not when you're already sitting at a desk trying to negotiate a car deal. Step 3 is ask the dealer for information. And knowing what information you need is the important part. You're going to want the full deal breakdown. So you want the price, the interest rate, the trade value, the down payment, all terms, and any extras in the deal. Now, that may be extra things they're giving to you, or they may be extra things that they're charging you that you don't know. And if they're giving you the full deal breakdown and cannot explain any questions you have, you need to leave. They better have an understanding of what their own numbers mean if they are really serious about doing business. Now, this is where you really get into the negotiation. You want to clarify with the dealer what changes your payments the most. Now, most other videos are going to tell you to not talk about monthly payments, but this is what most dealers will negotiate in. That's the language they are comfortable with. So if you want the best deal, speak their language. The important part is that you know what you're actually negotiating. You're negotiating, again, the interest rate, the term, the price, the trade value, all of those things affect your monthly payment. What you want to ask them is which one changes my monthly payment the most? And it will either be rate, price, or term. The more expensive the vehicle, the bigger difference the interest rate will make. Term will make a huge difference if you're on a less expensive vehicle. The price is going to be a combination, of course, with the both, with the average of $1,000 changing your payments between $15 and $20 a month. So when you're negotiating price, recognize that's all you're doing. The dealership has much more control of helping with those other terms as well. The other thing you want to ask for is to make sure, is this the best interest rate available for me? I spoke about it in my last video. There can be special rates out there for you. You may not know about them, the rep may not know about them, but I guarantee the sales manager and the finance manager know for sure. So make sure you get them involved. Now, step 4 is to stay in control. Now, I'm not talking about controlling the other person. I'm talking about controlling the process and what you can control. Negotiate the full deal, not just one piece. There's customers that love to come in, negotiate price, come to an agreement, and then they'll say, oh, I have a trade-in. And then, oh, by the way, I'm financing. And then I need a shorter term. If you're trying to negotiate that way, you're not going to get the best of any of those things. The dealership is going to not like you, and for you to get a good deal, they need to like you. Just be smart and know what you're talking about. Recognize if they're giving you $1,000 less than what you were hoping for on your trade, but they're saving you $2,000 in interest, that's a better deal than what you were expecting. Just because you didn't get your trade value doesn't mean you need to walk away from the dealership, walk away from the deal unless they're willing to give you what you want. They may just be able to help you in a different way. Second part of staying in control is making sure that you ask for extended coverages up front. Now, this is, of course, if you want the extended coverages. When you're negotiating those as part of the deal, you're going to typically get a better deal on them. The dealership wants you to get the extended coverages because it gives you a better ownership experience, it makes them a little bit of profit, and it almost guarantees that you'll come service the vehicle with them. So now you're negotiating something they want you to purchase. You're saying, hey, I want to spend a little bit more money with you, but I need it to fit within my monthly payments. If you're purchasing an extended warranty or an extended service contract, they may be more willing to budge on price, knowing that you are going to come service with them or buy their warranty or whatever it is, understand the full side of the business. And if they don't, shame on them. The third thing you guys said you were most stressed out about was the finance guys. If you're negotiating the coverages up front, you don't even have to deal with that. You're not going to have to go into the office with them, try to have them sell you more things. You're talking about everything up front and the coverages you actually want. And since their personal income may not be affected, the sales guys won't negotiate quite as hard to sell the products for quite as much money. Next step of staying in control is take notes and take your time. You don't have to rush into anything. You don't have to make witty replies. You don't have to make a commitment right this second. If you need a moment to be able to process what you're talking about, take it. You don't have to do anything. And bring somebody else with you if it's going to make you feel more comfortable. But be aware of third baseman syndrome. Now, third baseman syndrome is when you bring another person to the dealership with you, asking them to help you make a good decision. They take lower risk by telling you to not purchase a vehicle, whether it's a good deal or not. I've seen customers pass on great deals just because the person with them told them, I think you need to think about it. Bringing somebody else with you shouldn't be another person making that decision for you, but it can make it much more comfortable for you. And recognize that knowledge is the opposite of fear. When you have the knowledge you need to negotiate a great car deal, then you don't have to be afraid and you don't have to be stressed. The reason you're afraid and stressed is you don't know what they will say yes to, what they won't say yes to, and you have no idea if you're getting a great deal. I'm going to make sure you have the knowledge you need, and there's great resources out there for you already as well. The people that get the best deal in the dealership are the customers that remain calm, set clear expectations, and understand what a reasonable offer is. I'm going to make sure I upload the cheat sheet for you to my Facebook account. If I can figure out how to do any of the other ones, I absolutely will. But make sure you follow me on Facebook. Again, FullTankBlake. I'm going to upload a PDF for you to be able to print out and even take with you to the dealership if you need to. I just want to make sure you have a great experience the next time you're purchasing a vehicle and you don't have to worry so much about it. This industry shouldn't be such a mystery to customers, be so stressful to customers, and be so stressful for the salespeople. When both of you know exactly what you're doing, it should be an easy process that's just, again, a business transaction. That's just a conversation. All of the buzzword articles out there or buzzword videos out there that say, these are the 3 things dealers don't want you to know about. They're not going to actually help you have a better experience. All they're going to do is get you with a dealer that is desperate to sell a vehicle, and that's not who you want to do business with. There's a reason they haven't sold that car yet, and you don't want to end up with their problem. If you want to feel really good about the deal you got, about the vehicle you got, and the experience you got, follow the sheet, follow my videos. I'm going to help you out as much as I possibly can.